you guys
Hello,
doing?
everybody. You go ahead, buddy.
You guys are tuned in to Stay Fishy Friday with your host. I'm Josh.
I'm Big Rich.
And we are Ohio Fish Rescue.
That's right.
So we've been working all day. I'm still covered in fiberglass even after a shower. So we're
That's
not
nothing to play with, that stuff, you know. I've heard this all my life, and then I used to work installing insulation. And you'd go home and take a shower and it'd be over with. But that was when I was younger. Now I'm itching just watching you pull the insulation out. I mean, it's horrible stuff. It's like it sticks with you now. It seems like it's worse.
So we're not only working on projects for OFR, we are putting a whole new roof on our entire house, but we're not showing you guys that because it's not, fish related, but it's still work we're doing. We had just finished up maybe about 20 minutes ago. I came in just to take a shower and sit down for a live stream.
Yeah.
So how you guys doing?
You want to move your chair over just a little bit? There you go. Okay. Now, tonight is going to be one of the last nights that I can drink, so I am drinking with you. I used my vodka. It's whipped cream vodka or vanilla vodka, works just as well. And I mix it with these Grape Crush singles since I've been dieting. 0 carbs, 0 calories. But it makes the Grape Crush singles taste like my dad's grapes that I used to get off of his vine when I was a young kid. And they were huge, like bigger than marbles. They were big round grapes and they just popped in your mouth and they were so sweet and so good. That's what this tastes like with the vanilla vodka added. It's really good. So I'm drinking tonight with you guys. A lot of times you see me drinking, other things, but I'm not actually drinking. Tonight we're drinking. And just to let you know, the word of the night. You all want to know, right? You want to know?
Go for it.
Or did you pick it out?
Go for it.
All right.
Idea.
My idea, the word of the night is Adele. Because Adele is a superstar. She came on board and she has just helped out immensely. And she takes over at night when I go to sleep. She handles everything for us. And you've seen her working her butt off, throwing up she's a superstar. So Adele, that means consume. Because I said the word Adele. That's twice. We're going to have fun with this tonight.
Alrighty. You keep talking. I'm looking for something. And I'll speak.
Okay. We are not going to get to Tracy right away, maybe in like 3 minutes. I just want to make sure that there's enough people online because, every time I get to the Tracy thing, it's right off the rip and maybe 30, 50 people are there. And then later on, everyone's like, I didn't hear about Tracy. And you have to go back and watch it. So I'm going to hold off on the Tracy thing for a couple of minutes so that we can, get some people built up.
So tonight's thumbnail contest winner goes to Richard Lombardi. And it was a beautiful long fin butt butterfly koi, and I knew my mom would just want to pick that picture.
Yes, she would have. Especially the fins. Now, there's a difference between butterfly koi and then straggled fins butterfly koi. If their fins out to the side have long fins, that's great. But the one she really loves is every quarter inch there's another trailer coming off of their long butterfly. She loves them. And that's what this fish showed. I mean, it was just like super long fins. So, that's why we chose that. Actually, it was Adele and Justin from Florida chose that this week, but they knew exactly. They said we picked this for Tracy, and they knew right off the rip. So, Raccoon Creek Aquatics. I can't even speak.
So,
says, hey guys, hey, how you doing, buddy?
Let me go ahead and hit upon a point. Right now, we are caught up on videos. So the one that's being released tomorrow was actually filmed today. So you guys are going to get these videos in real time of what's actually happening at the rescue at this given moment. It might be a day or two late, but I just want you guys to know you've got some cool things coming up, and there's going to be some looks changing around here.
Well, now, we've been doing a lot of the upgrades around the rescue because we've been on this lockdown for so long and we've been getting so much stuff done. I keep busy, I don't have to think about Tracy type thing, So me and Josh have been working our butts off, just nonstop all day, all night, every day, getting so many projects done. But the videos don't seem to do as well. We do a video on installing the roof or do a video on taking down the back deck. They don't do as well as the fish videos. So we have to get back to the fish videos because our videos have gone downhill not the videos, but the actual amount of people watching. So we have to get back to the Fishy video. So Josh has got one for tomorrow, going to set up, and this is his video. All the ones in the last week were all my videos, and he's just starting to take over and do some videos because he got to, have a week off, and he gets to, film and do things like that. So yeah, we're going to get back into the fish videos. But this weekend, tomorrow, we're having a bunch of people show up here. I think so far there's 25 people that said they're coming.
Something like that.
And so we're going to move the 2 Bellagio stands out of the pool room. We already got the railings off of the deck and, all taken care of, so nothing's in our way. We're going to take the stands outside, bring them around the back of the house, up the side of the house, and put them on the cement up here. Stephen Conroe from Sea Aquatics is coming up. He's going to cut them all down to...
You can't be spoiling the content.
I did spoil it, didn't I? I'm sorry. He's going to cut them all down for us, and he's going to cut them to like 18 inches and then weld the top rack after he cuts that off back on. So, we'll have both Bellagio stands together tomorrow, maybe Sunday. He's spending the weekend. Maybe done Sunday. Hopefully done Sunday. And if that gets done, our next thing would be to move the Bellagio tanks in. But we're moving the 1,000 gallon, the 700, and the 500, which will be on Josh's videos, tomorrow also. Once we get them into the pool room, then we're taking the whole canopy off the back deck. It's 40 foot by 16, and we're leaving all the lights up, everything. We're just going to have 10, 15 people pick it up, walk it around the house, and put it up on the side of the house where our cement is. So now we can park our four-wheelers, the trailers, everything under a rain-protected area. And we're going to go and try and build a roof on the back deck. So that's just the plans we got going and what we're doing. So you're going to see videos coming of that too. Yeah, someone's Small Fry Aquatics has a huge rainstorm coming tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be working through it.
We're going to work in the rain. We're not going to melt. It'll be okay. Adele's got our back. That means drink.
Alrighty, and someone asked if I'm drinking Sierra Nevada. No, although it is a good ale. This is 3 Floyd Zombie Dust, and it is delicious.
He said delicious.
So we got our first super chat of the night. It is from RC Field for $2. Said love from Canada. Hashtag
nice.
Team Tracy. Long live OFR.
Man, seriously, the more I meet Canadians, the more I love Canada. I mean, our first Canadian was Chris Biggs.
Our first Canadian.
Well, I mean, have you ever met a Canadian before that came here and, straight from Canada? Not somebody that, I've lived here 10 years, I'm originally from Canada. I mean, somebody that lives in Canada and comes here.
Think of a few.
You think, okay, what's their names?
Don't remember his name. I remember the fish he brought.
Oh, someone brought fish from Canada. Okay.
Yeah.
I do remember that. But, Chris Biggs came down here, and I had to actually stop him in his words because he's talking to me after, I think it's 4 hours, and the man talks. After about 4 hours, I'm like, Chris, I have to tell you, you have to be the nicest person I have ever met. No matter what comes your way, you have something nice to say about it. I love that about you. And now this guy here, I love Canada. It's awesome. Canada won't let me in their state, their country. I have a felony from back in the 80s. And
no, you can get into
I can?
Canada. It's if you have a DUI, you can't.
Oh, I don't have a DUI.
My buddy couldn't get in because he had a DUI.
Oh, these guys packed up the car and went up to Canada for a weekend. And one guy out of the 6 guys couldn't get in. They had to turn around. They didn't leave him at the border and keep going. They had to turn around, cancel their trip, and come back home. You should have heard these guys.
So we got Adele Parkinson for $15. She said, now that was Adele, so drink twice. Mm-hmm. Said, I'm glad to help however I can. I'm a fan at heart. Sounds like you guys are working super hard. Can't wait to see the new videos. P.S. I hate talking about myself, but Adele, consider.
And that's why we love you, Adele.
Alrighty. So we're going to give it a few more minutes for the mom update. People are asking.
Yeah, another minute or two. How many people are here? Let me,
157.
Okay, we're getting close.
We got I Hate Stupid People for $1.
Still love that name.
He just sent the little heart eye emoji. So thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you. And I love your name. Makes me laugh every time I hear it. Okay, I am from Toronto. As soon as the border opens, we are coming in droves. Kathy Murphy said that. We're being invaded by Canadians. Nothing nicer than that.
Alrighty.
K-Stu says, good man, Josh. How far a drive was that? That was about 3 hours to the border.
Yeah, so we were just going up to outside of Toronto for the Ever After Music Festival. So it was only a 5-hour drive from my house, but the border was only about 3 hours. And yeah, we went up there and turned around. Came right back.
They turned my basement into a rave. I'm just saying. Not a rave. What's your music festivals?
EDM.
EDM music festivals. What my basement was. You know, I can't do all that, but that's what my basement was all night long.
Now we're up to 220 people, but we got John McKenzie for $2, and he just did the thumbs up emoji.
Awesome. Thank you, John. Appreciate that.
Hashtag we love Tracy. Adele.
Consume people. Eric, let me see if I can get this right this time. Headache. This is the guy that's got the female Maboo Puffer for
Well, we're calling
Pittsburgh.
it a female. We're calling it
Okay.
Pittsburgh's girlfriend.
And we're supposed to go up there and pick it up. Our trip got canceled last time. Eric, I'm planning on this Saturday coming up. Not tomorrow. You got Saturday tomorrow and then 7 days from there. I'm trying to make the plan. That way, if I can get everybody on board and everything's good for Saturday, I can come up Saturday. If not, I can do the Saturday after. But I cannot go anytime after that. So it has to be one of these 2 Saturdays. That's where we're closing the time down into.
So that I almost spilled beans on you.
Let's
right.
go ahead. I'll start it. Where is the Tracy slideshow? All right, here we go. Now, we're here. This is the Tracy time. This is where we update you guys about Tracy, what's going on, how things are happening, and all that. Now, mind you, you all know that I tried getting her released home to me. I'm using hospice, I'm using home health care, whatever is at my disposal, whatever I can try, whatever programs. The hospital would not train me on the respirator until this lockdown's over with. Not the hospital, it's a ICU nursing home.
Correct.
It's like half between the hospital and the nursing home. There will be one of the last places that open up. So they wouldn't train me because the lockdown. Well, now we find out, my buddy Dan Herman, he's a male nurse that's turned into a wellness coordinator and is hired by another company now. Been a male nurse all his life. He's worked at these places. He knew the people at Parkside Villa. So he went and talked to the social worker there. I should have been talking to this lady all along. I was talking to, the head of nurses, the dean of this, the head of that. And I'm trying to get some, and nobody's working with me here. Although they took good care of her, their people skills lacked. The people in the office were on it. They were very good. But to get a hold of them is kind of hard. I want to talk to the nurses that are in charge of Tracy, that are see Tracy every day, and they're the ones that are very lacking in telling me what's going on. So, I kind of lost hope and all that. But in 2 months she's been there, she's never had to go to the hospital. She's gained all of her weight back. Her blood clots are gone in her legs. Her swelling's gone down in her legs. All the damage that Avon Place caused, almost killed her, is all pretty much healed. Her bed sore, almost, completely healed up. So her weight's back to normal. Everything's back to where she was before she went to Avon Place. So they're doing good taking care of her. But anyways, I talked to the social worker now. And I'm talking to her, and, I'd like to get her released home. I tell her the insurance problems. They're charging us $175 every single day because she has Medicare, because she's on Social Security because of her disability, the narcolepsy. 15 years she's been on that, So, she only makes so much. But the problem was, she gets her check, she can't drive up to the bank. She might pass out at the wheel. So I can't let her drive by herself. So I can't let her drive. That's basically why you see Tracy driving every once in a while, and it's in a parking lot or something, or it's right after she just takes her pills and she's completely wide awake for a half hour. It's very intermittent times I can let her drive. And, you want to say, oh, who are you to let her drive? Well, I take care of her because she has no family and that kind of stuff that's taking care of her. I have been taking care of her. So I cannot let her drive, just like I wouldn't let my son, even though he's a grown man, 25 years old, I would not let him drive drunk. I would have to fight him physically to keep him, if that's what he wanted to do, to keep him from driving drunk. That's my job. I am the father. I am the protector. You know what I'm saying?
He thinks he can take me.
Oh, son, you ain't even in the same class. So anyways, I didn't let her drive like that. And the problem is now, Medicare only covers so long of a hospital stay. And then you get charged $175 a day. Well, now the bills are up to $23,000. We made, the first set of bills were like $7,000 from Southwest General. And then we got that awesome GoFundMe from Rob's and his buddy. And they come up with like $7,000 real quick, like 3 days. And I paid off that first bill. Well, these bills are adding up now. And now they're adding up really quick. But on July 9th, her insurance runs out. And now, don't know what we're doing. But that's why I was trying to get her on home care, so that I could take care of her. If I can keep her home and keep her alive and keep her in good standing for 60 days, her insurance will reset. And then if she needs to go to the hospital, I don't have to worry. We can take her to the hospital. She can go back to a nursing home if I feel that I need a break or something from home care. So anyways, this lady's telling me, and she's a real nice lady, social worker at Parkside Villa. She's telling me that, oh yeah, as long as you're willing to, get temperature of your forehead, wear the mask, wear the hat, wear the gown, we have no problem training you. I'm like, well, great, because that's a 90 or 180 degree turnaround from what you guys said before. So thank you. I actually told the lady, I love you. But so she's going to train me, or not her. She got me in contact with a company that's home health care that's going to train me on the respirator. They're coming out here. I got to talk to them Monday. They're going to make an appointment to come out here and check the house, make sure everything's okay. Then they will train me on the respirator. And then we can have Tracy released. And the social worker says to me, now she don't know that I was up on the insurance thing, but she said to me, we'd like to get her released by, like, say, July 9th. And I'm like, why July 9th? She goes, well, that gives us a couple weeks for training, and then, we can make sure she's in safe home. But I knew the truth. Her insurance runs out July 9th. So either way, I have her a medical bed. It rises up on, thing. And because she has the respirator, she's supposed to be at least 30 degrees incline all the time, so that fluids don't build up and back up and go, it's called aspirated into her lungs. So then you can get pneumonia again. So we don't want that. She has to stay at least 30 degrees incline, which is about like that in the bed. If my arm's the flat bed, this is about a 30 degree incline. Like you're sitting up, laying back, watching TV. That's fine. The bed does that, and then the bed also comes up with the feet and the legs up like this. So it's a nice bed, brand spanking new. The lady gave it to us. I've got her the reclining wheelchair. I just ordered 2 boots for her legs, because one of the nurses said she was getting, what's it called, down or foot down or
hang foot or something. I don't know.
Point foot or something like that. Drop foot, something like that. And that's where your feet start pointing straight instead of like this. And they have her in this airbag type, it looks like an air cast. But, if she pushes, it can straighten her foot out. Well, I guess this happens a lot to, patients in a coma and long time, vegetative state. So I ordered these things, and they are a foot brace, and it goes to your ankle, above your ankle to your shin, and then it goes over your foot. And there's a strap connecting them in between. I looked up and I found some, and then Adele, Consume guys, Adele, Consume again, found me some even stronger ones. So I ordered both of them. Them are coming. So, I was told when I was young, I had my foot almost bitten off by a shark. It busted through the bone, and it tore out all my Achilles tendon and everything in the back. So the only thing holding on my foot was a little bit of skin and one tendon in the front that raises your foot when you lift your foot forward like this. So my foot could actually go up and touch my shin. All this in the back was ripped out. 7 doctors said they wanted to amputate it. The 8th doctor, I forget his name, I was a little kid, but it was like Dr. Lee or something. Chinese guy, he said I'd sew it back on, but he'll never walk again. His foot will always be pointing down, because they had to take my tendon in the back of my heel that was missing a big shark bite portion of it, and then they had to overlap it and tie it together. So for 2 years, I walked on crutches and left my foot like that. My mother stole my crutches from me. I was a young kid. I think I was 7 at the time. I cried and cried and cried, but I hobbled on that foot. And from putting weight on that foot, it eventually straightened back out. Now, you guys don't even know, my foot was almost amputated. It's all healed up. You can see this cool shark bite on the back of my foot, like right here. You can see just like 8 teeth just bit in here, busted through the bone, and then ripped away. Oh, it's really neat looking. But anyways, yeah, foot drop. Drop foot, whatever, same thing. So yeah, I bought them already, and now here's the one thing that I have to get. I found them for $330 so far. It's a low air pressure, low air escape, and multi-point pressure point with the machine. And what it does is there's 20 different modules in this mattress, and it blows up here, and it puts this down to 5 pounds. Then it blows up 20 pounds here and 5 pounds here. And, it does this in all 20 different spots on the mattress. I have to get that for her because, like Avon place that didn't move her, she can get bed sores and blood clots. So if I happen to fall asleep and sleep for more than 2 hours at a time and I don't move her, that mattress will help things. So it's $330. I found it, and I'm ordering that now. But we have to have that, and then low air mattress. Yes, that's it. Leslie's Aquatics. Thank you. So man, all these people are so smart. And thank you for all that, because I know if I need any help in this whole situation, I know I can just ask you people, and there's 1,000 people that know what they're talking about. So thank you for that. I love you guys.
Alrighty. So
no, then so she'll be home here with us by July 9th. Now here's my 3 worries. I just had to take a break and someone said Adele. Okay, so my 3 worries. One is every 2 hours I have to, move her, prop her up in a different position. The problem is at the hospital it's either 2 nurses at 12-hour shifts or 3 nurses at 8-hour shifts. It's going to be me. Josh will help during the daytime, but he needs to sleep at night. And, there's other reasons, but he needs to sleep at night. And, he's got work coming back up, and he works from home right now, but he's getting ready to go back to work, and he won't be here. So it'll be me 24/7, all the time. I've got friends that are willing to come over and give me a break. Maybe I need a few hours sleep after a week or something. Super Nurse said she'd help. Michelle, you guys remember her. Dan Herman, he said he'd come help. I've got my buddy Reaper, his son Ken, his girlfriend, I'm sorry, but I forgot her name. She's a nurse. She said she will come help. We've got other people too. So that's one of my worries is, can I handle that? I will do...
Can I have to?
I will have to handle it. But, after I drove to California and back, I was up 92 hours straight. I got out of the truck and fell down and ripped all the tendons off my shoulder. Your body just can't handle as much as I'm willing to push. But, help is always great. So, yes, what that says, Senegali says, have you talked to Super Nurse lately? Yes, I have. I just talked to her today. She asked me how Tracy was doing. I gave her the update. Now, my second concern is, she's going to go number 1. She's going to go number 2. And I have to clean that up. Now, I'm willing to do that. I've done it before for her when she went into a delusional state for 3 months. But I completely believe no child should see their parents naked. So this falls on me and me alone. So that's my second worry. How am I going to do this in minimal effort and keep her, I know that when I went into the hospital and her hands were sour, I cleaned her better than the nurses there did. And, started a regime on her. I would clean her hands because they sweated a lot. I'd clean her armpits. I'd clean the back of her neck, the front of her neck, her face. I would clean her crotch. I would clean her feet and behind her knees. And, then she can wait, because I'm doing that every day. She can wait for the once a week that they give her a shower or a bath, That's another thing. How am I going to give her a shower and a bath? They take her in on this strolling chair that can get wet and just roll right in and soak her down and clean her up, and then they bring her back out and put her back in bed. I don't have such tools.
Sponge bath.
Sponge bath every day is what we're going to have to do. What was my third concern? I thought I'll put the hospital bed right in the middle of the living room. I got that big, 82-inch TV. Mm-hmm. I can put on OFR and hit play all. That way I can be out back working, whatever. This all fell through. I cannot be far enough away. I have to be able to hear the alarms on that ventilator. So I can't be 150 foot away in the backyard, because that's where the back deck is and the pond that we're building. I can't be that far away. I will be stuck within a certain range of Tracy. I have to be within hearing range. So now I'm thinking, move that hospital bed into my bedroom and set it up next to my bed. That way I can set an alarm every 2 hours, wake up, change her or move her, check on, see if she needs changing, that kind of stuff. I can hear it if I'm sleeping. Out in the living room, I wouldn't have heard it, So that were my three concerns. I'm really worried about this, and, am I man enough to handle this? Well, I'd like to think I am, but it's still scaring me. So these are the things that I'm worrying about taking care of her, that they're doing no problem because they've got a multitude of people around the clock. This falls on one person 24 hours a day, nonstop, every day. All I got to do is make it 60 days. Her Medicare will reset, and we can reapply for the Medicaid, which is the copay for Medicare. Here's the problem I did. I put her onto my bank account, which I do all the houses and pay all the bills and taxes and insurances, and I deposit the rents into. I put her onto my account because it was easier to transfer her check that she'd get every month into my account, and then I'd give her the difference, of all her bills, and then I'd give her the difference. It was just easier to take care of her that way. Well, now Medicaid sees it as she's on my account. Half of that money is hers. Well, I had $9,000 in there, and we had to come up with $10,000 for this roofing as a down payment on the roofing. We're getting the roof done now. So at the time when I gave him the bank statements, there was $9,000 in there. And this was 3 months ago. Finally, the paperwork went through and she got denied because there's too much money in the account. So I had to shut down that account. So now her name's not on my account. She's got her own account, and we have to reapply for the Medicaid to co-pay with the Medicare. This time she should pass and be no problem. But I have to keep her home here for at least 60 days. Now I'll be able to see improvement and all that she has learned and done since I last seen her, and I can assess her better that way. But I still have to keep her out of the hospital for 60 days to reset her Medicare. Now I can do that. Then I can let her back to, I have to take her back to the hospital. Then the hospital will take her to Parkside Villa again and give me a break. Then I can bring her back home. But if she's making progress, I won't need to do that. She's got a daytime, nighttime sleepiness, schedule going on now, which is good. So that helps out a lot. If I can get to the point where, the nurse I talked to Thursday night said she's been tracking me around the bed for a long time. I don't know why the other nurses aren't telling you this. The other nurses told me she don't do that and had me in tears. Well, this nurse says I talk to her every day, and she follows me around the bed. She keeps her eyes on me. I'm like, that's what she was doing when she went in there. So thank you for that. So, she hasn't regressed, is what I'm saying. Now, being in there for 2 months and not seeing your family and thinking everybody's abandoned you, or if she can think, I don't know. I just know that if she hears my voice, Joshy's voice, and then Richie's coming up, he's going to move in here, and 2 of her 3 boys are going to be here, so he's going to help too. But again, I can't let him help with the changing of the number 1 and number 2 because I firmly believe no children should see their parents naked. So I will still take care of all that. But in that sense, Monday is when they're calling me and setting up an appointment to come do the house thing. I can't drink after that. Tuesday, I got to go to Flint, Michigan, and the other places in Michigan. And then Saturday, I have to go to New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. And if not this Saturday, the next Saturday. The point is, I can't drink no more after this. So tonight should probably be my last day drinking. Might be tomorrow. I don't know. Depends on how hard we work. So now we're done with the Tracy update. I hope you're all happy with that. It's the most I've been able to tell you. I'm completely ecstatic that she can come home and I can work with her and, you know, get more progress and give you guys updates again. You don't know how many people have asked me about updates and I'm like, they don't tell me nothing. She's fine. It's the same, you know, but every day that I was there, she'd learn a new trick. You know, she's doing new things. And, you know, the fact that these nurses didn't even know what she was doing tells me you're not paying no time with her. So I'm very ecstatically happy that she's coming home, and you know I'll do what I have to. I will man up. Don't worry.
So we got Starkey Talks for $2. It said, "You guys are amazing." Hashtag Team Tracy and Adele.
Adele, I must drink with you guys. Cheers, guys.
So we got a comment from Fishing with Dano. Said, "Watching you guys out on the bass boat in Candle Lake, Connecticut." So he's out on his boat.
Oh, you're out on a boat watching us? Man, life must be good.
He said, love the videos, fella. Would love to take you guys fishing.
Oh, I would love to take you up on that offer while we're there. But the problem is, once I get there and I start doing, I've got rescues that are, when I schedule them, I'm going to have to schedule for morning, afternoon, evening, you know, that kind of stuff. Because everybody's schedule's different. So it's really hard to schedule these rescues. And then someone says, "Hey, stop by, we'll buy you dinner." I would love that. We're working all day and we ain't got time to eat. I would love to sit down and eat dinner with somebody. Especially they're paying for it. Oh my God. But we just can't take the time out because now we have fish in the car. We can't stop for a few hours. You know, we have to do this as fast as possible and then head home. Because it's a 9-hour drive there. It's going to be a 15-hour drive home with water changes. I've got a few certain truck stops that we stop at, and you know they have utility tubs in their utility room. I can temper the water, and you know we just have to do water changes. That's all there's to it. So
we got Small Fry Aquatics for $10. They said, "I love Canada too, but here's some money with Cleveland printed on it instead of ducks." LOL.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Canada money has ducks printed on them? I've never heard that. I learn something new every day.
Adele Parkinson for $6. Adele.
I'll consume twice.
She said, hashtag Team Tracy, heart emoji, smiling face. Adele, 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 Adele.
I just did too. You're killing me, Adele. There's 6.
Alrighty.
Who's keeping up with us?
We got Ty Hunsicker for $5. Said, "Do you need any more help tomorrow? I'm in Akron, so it's an easy drive for me. I'll help if you need it."
Sure, if you want to come up and hang out with us. We've got like 20 people coming so far, if they all show up. Which
the more the merrier.
The more the merrier. The more hands-on, the lighter the things are. So yeah, if you want to come up and hang out,
gets done.
I've got food coming around 3 to 4. I ordered from Tommy's Chicken and Pizza. Love that place. So we're going to have a bunch of chicken, a bunch of JoJo's, I don't know if you know what they are, and a bunch of meatballs, and, you know, I've got some nachos and cheese. You know, we're good. I bought a bunch of pop, bought a bunch of beer, and you guys are going to be happy you came.
Alrighty, I Hate Stupid People for $10. Said, "From last Fishy Friday, hashtag bring Tracy home."
Yes.
And Adele.
Thank you. Other than loving your name, man, you're a great person. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, why don't you read your thing and let me read my thing?
Because I'm being caught up. Mine cut back off.
Oh.
Because on the thing, if I refresh, I don't have all these chats.
Gotcha.
We got Starkey Talks for $5. Said, "Tracy needs ruby red slippers. There's no place like home. What will Pittsburgh's girlfriend be named? Oh yeah, Adele."
Love it. Here's to you, bud. Thank you so much.
I I don't think that was him saying the girlfriend should be named Adele. He was just saying Adele. But I mean, I feel like that could be a good Pittsburgh's girlfriend name.
How many times have you said Adele in the last couple minutes? I feel I must consume some more.
All right, we got K Stew for $10. Said hashtag Team Tracy with the I love you.
Oh, thank you, K Stu. Stop. Back up. Stop right there. Thank you, K Stu. I appreciate that. It just warms my heart how much you guys help out, and you know, it's all appreciated. Here's what I want to talk about real quick before you scroll on, before anything else goes on. I've got 2 ways of coming up with, you know, money to cover Tracy's hospital bills. One, I have a couple extra guitars now that I don't need. I just love, okay? And I can give up what I love for something else I love, okay? I have a guitar that was signed by everybody from Pantera before 2 members were killed. So I've got all 4 signatures on there. Dimebag himself. I'm going to raffle this guitar off and, you know, raise money that way or however we can do it, but that's going to be one way. Another thing is, and some of you ain't going to like this, but if we can put up a certain amount of, or, you know, something, you know, reach a certain amount to chop his hair and give it to, you know, children's, what's that, Hair for Kids or Hair, whatever it's called, charity. We reach a certain amount, I cut my hair. It's going to take me a few years to grow it back. It might come in a little grayer. This color up here is how it's all going to come in back here. But, you know, I'm willing to give up things I love to help come up with the money to cover her bills. So, you know, that's just a couple more plans. But anyways, let me say this. Kathy Murphy says, but will you get volunteer help? No worries. You won't be alone. Plus, you need some rest. PSW help? What's that? Each day I know I am in this situation. Okay, I don't know what PSW is, but I know I have the support of just thousands of my fish family out there. And there are people that are nurses. There are people that will step up and will want to come and help. Give me a break so I can sleep, you know. I'm sure there's people out there. I'm not going to ask, but, you know, people have offered. We'll see when the time comes.
Oh, hang on. I lost my spot. Here we go. Scrolling back.
You're making me dizzy.
Alrighty, so I am caught up here. You can have your mouse back. I don't need you no more. We got.
That's a terrible thing for my pumpkin boy to say. That's horrible. Dad never wants to hear that. I don't need you no more.
We got SC Aquatics for $2, and he said Adele, Adele, Adele. By the way, he sent me a text. He said it's pouring rain on 71. He's on his way here now, but he's listening to the stream as he's driving.
Oh, is he? I thought he was coming tomorrow.
Nope, he's on his way tonight.
Man, that man is dedicated to OFR.
And he's got a buddy who lost his fish room down in Texas to a fire. Just moved up here to Warren to work for Flip Aquatics. He's also coming out tonight. He's going to help us tomorrow. And he's going to come hang out with us tonight and stay the night tonight.
Has he moved here for good?
Yes. He works for Flip Aquatics.
So if he wants to set up a fish room, we can help him.
Of course.
Yes. Okay, great.
So we got RC Field for $3. They said, next drink is on me, brother.
All right, RC, what I got to say to you is, you didn't say Adele, so I'll say it for you. Adele, Adele, Adele. There's 4 times. Consume, guys.
All right, we got...
And thank you, RC. I appreciate that. Now, I'm pointing this way because that's where my chat thing is right there. I've got the camera and us right here, but my chat thing is right there. So when I look this way, it's because I can read the chats. It's on my TV so I can see it because I cannot read this little thing. Okay?
Should just call it Little Rich.
Now, here's me on my phone normally, okay? Okay. And then I'm trying to text. And then I get people are like, are you drunk? And I'm like, no, why? They're like, read your text to me. Man, I'm hitting wrong things with my finger, the key next to it and all that. I don't know. It's just, I can't see no more.
Alrighty, so we got our man Quincy Eastep for $50. He said to help with fish food.
Aw, thank you, Quincy.
As always, it is appreciated, brother.
Definitely appreciated. I mean, you guys just warm my heart helping out the rescue so much. The rescue was something me and Josh come up with. And like every other rescue, it started off as, hey, this is a way we can fill our tanks, free fish. But, we grew with it and became something to where now we watch out to where we're not trying to give people fish that just want free fish. They're hoarders or whatever. We find out what size tank they have, how they take care of their fish, and we give them to good homes.
We have a reputation to uphold.
Right. So we used to just give them out to anybody at first. That was like 8 years ago when we weren't even a rescue yet, but we had big tanks, so we had a bunch of fish extra. People would always give us fish. But now lately, in the last 2 years, it's grown into something that I can be proud of. Joshy's proud of. I know you guys are proud of. And to be part of it is just something great in the world when this world is covered in craziness and, shall I say, ignorance? It's ignorant out there. To be surrounded by all you good people, it's amazing. I mean, you guys make our lives better. And all I got to do is just keep working at doing what I believe in, and you guys help. That's just amazing. I love my fish family. You guys all rock.
All right, so we got Gem Louise for $5. She said, "You're amazing. Great news for Tracy. We love you. Hashtag Team Tracy."
Yes.
And I'm gonna sneak an Adele in there.
Oh. I thought I saw my hair sticking out. I'm like, I got time. I can brush my hair. And you sneak an Adele in there. It's two. I hope you guys are enjoying drinking with OFR on Friday nights with us like this. This is fun to hang out with you guys because we really don't have a life. We work 24/7 and then we're done. Josh is like, Dad, I'm done. That's it. We quit. I'm going to take a shower and go to bed. I'm like, good idea. It's like that almost every night.
So we got JP Merlot for $10. Said, great news on Tracy. Hey, if I brought a couple volunteers out from Kentucky, could we camp out in the back? And my wife just said she could help you with Tracy too. She's a CNA, a good one.
Yeah,
Love
but
y'all.
thank you, JP. JP's a deacon from
Kentucky.
Right.
Or should I say West Virginia?
No. I've made that mistake before. And he also runs a fish rescue down there. Thank you for the offer, but you guys are so far away. That's what, 7-hour drive from us? Something like that.
5 to 7.
Five to the bottom of Ohio, depending on how far down in Kentucky he is. So, I appreciate it, but you can't come here once a week and help me out. You can't come here once a month. You might show up once. and that would be, greatly appreciated. But you need to visit the place anyway, JP. You've never been here, son. Thank you, though.
And depending on how many people, we do have spare bedrooms and pull-out couches, so you might not even need to camp. So there is that.
Patrick, Forget says she hasn't heard you guys' voice in how long? 2 months. Really in the same room with her, but what I think is she'll get a lot better. She's with family. It's amazing what family can do. Right, and I believe that. Because when I was there, every day, every other day, I was finding something new. You skipped a lot that I want to go back and read.
I'm just making sure I'm
okay. She was doing something new. So now, once I get her home, I can work with her, and I can do the range of motion. And not just range of motion, I can work her out. I can put her booties on that pull her foot back up and fix this drop foot long before it takes a surgery. The nurses told me that there's nothing we can do. She's going to need surgery eventually. No. Why not pry them feet back and keep a constant pressure on it, whether it's only 2 pounds, whatever. And then, after a week, now she's got some movement that way. Put 2 more pounds up higher. It's simple. I don't understand why they're telling me this can't be fixed, because it can be. I fixed my foot drop, and my foot drop was from severe lack of Achilles tendon. And there was no way I could move my foot. It felt like a piece of rock when I put my toes down. I could not bend it. After a year, I was walking just fine, so it can stretch. You can stretch these muscles. If they leave her go forever and everything fuses together, then you're going to need surgery. She's only been there 2 months. She didn't have foot drop before. She's starting to do the foot drop about 3 weeks into being at this place. I know I can fix that myself. I can work her out more. I ain't going to just come in there and do my job and then leave. I'm going to come in there. I'm going to do what I used to do five things on everything. Just on your hand alone. Bend your finger 5 times forward. Bend that. Stretch it to where, push it. Same thing with the next finger, and the next, and the next, and then your thumb. And then you bend them backwards. When you get to a certain point, it don't hurt. You're just stretching it. And then you hold it there for a couple seconds. And it stretches the muscles. Same thing with every finger. That don't hurt me. You can feel resistance, and you stop there and hold it. It's stretching your muscles. I did this for her. They're not doing that. When I called and asked the nurses, are you doing range of motion? They go, oh, well, that's the nurse's aide job. I called and got a hold of the nurse's aide. The nurse's aide told me that's the nurse's job. As far as I'm concerned, no one's doing range of motion on her. So I know for a fact I'll take better care that way. Now, maybe I won't be there 24/7 every single day because of the fact I am human and need to sleep, but I do go through the night where I sleep an hour and I'm up for 2. I sleep for 10 minutes, I'm up for a half hour. I fall back asleep for half hour, I'm up for an hour. All night long, every single night. This is why Adele, sees me on the computer when, and my time, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I fell asleep a few times in between there. But I'm on the computer all night long, doing what I can. I wake up, I'm bored, I can't fall back asleep. I get on the computer, I take care of things, messages. You guys don't understand how many messages I got to go through. There's literally thousands. I have the page, OFR page, and OFR forum. OFR forum is much easier to tend to. The OFR page, I can't stand this messaging system. For one, it don't notify me. So if I answer somebody's message and then mark it as done and it goes off of the inbox and they reply back, thank you, I don't see that. I'm on to the next message and the next message and after I get done with 87 messages, I close it down. I'll get back to it the next day or maybe 3 days later. And then I may do 10 messages and quit for the day. Maybe 30 messages and quit for the day. And then there's some messages that are so far behind, I don't even see them. I've never seen them. And people are like, I've asked you 3 times now. I'm sorry. I hate that messaging system. It's horrible. I need a secretary to handle all the messages. I've got the page messages, the Facebook forum messages. I've got phone messages, messenger messages, YouTube messages. You think of more? It's just ridiculous. There's over
Instagram and Twitter.
Well, you handle Instagram and Twitter. There's probably 1,500 to 2,000 messages a day. And people get mad when I don't get a hold of them, but it's just me and Josh. And we're running the rescue. We're running our house. We're running our lives. We're running the rescues. I don't have the time for these messages. And I try and keep up. But people get mad at me because I'm not answering them, One guy quit the forum and badmouthed me on another forum. I tried talking to him, every day for 3 weeks, and he didn't talk to me. I went back and looked at his messages, and there was 3 messages there. 1 a week. I missed them. I'm sorry. I'm not a bad guy. I just didn't see them. I'm trying. And you got to have, if I don't get through, message back. If I don't message back. Eventually, the squeaky wheel will get the oil, is what I'm saying. Keep messaging. I will eventually see it. It's just so many messages. It's horrible. I need a secretary handling messages. I need an editor, filmmaker, following me around, videoing all the time. If I had those 2 things, if I could pay for that, that would make our lives so much simpler and we could have so much better content for you guys. But we're OFR. We're run by family, and now we're a man down. Tracy's down. She did a tremendous amount of help around here. And now me and Josh have to take that up on top of trying to still make everybody happy. It's terrible. I try, but, these people, they get mad at me. They got to understand. I don't have a staff of people working for me. This is just me and Josh.
So we got ANG for $5. Said great news about Tracy. You guys are awesome. Much love from Canada.
More Canadians. Or Canadians. I said Canadians. I'm sorry, Canadians. You guys are awesome. Thank you. And appreciate that. And, the love for Tracy is just amazing. Thank you so much.
We got Kathy Murphy for $28. Said, I don't know about Canadian ducks, but take a look for yourself. LOL. She was talking about the money. The ducks being on the Canadian money.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That was awesome of you.
Got Elizabeth Chill Code 6 for $2. Said, no ducks, loons, Adele.
I'm trying to stay sort of sober here. I'm already slurring my words and calling Canadians Canadians. Come on, guys. You gotta give me a break a little bit, but thank you. I appreciate that. Benjamin D says, oof, it would hurt to sell that guitar. Signed by Dimebag. Wow. Wait, what? No on the haircut. I feel the same way, but if it can raise money to help with her bills, because right now, Parkside Villa sent me a bill saying that I owe them, certain, I think it was, $12,000? And I'm like, that is my ex-wife. You can't bill me. I'm trying to get her on Medicaid to cover this. And then they gave up on me and they sent a bill to Josh. And he was like, you can't make me pay this, blah, blah, blah. We will try. We will do what we can. We will get it paid eventually. And then they stopped. They left us alone, but they keep sending bills. So we paid off the Southwest General and then parts of the Regency. From Regency, she went to Avon Place, where they almost killed her. And then from there, she went to Avon Cleveland Clinic. And from Avon Cleveland Clinic, she went to Parkside Villa. So we're catching up with the first two. We've got the last three places to pay off, basically. But then we have the ambulance rides in between, which are, like $1,000, $1,200, $1,500. It's not a regular ambulance ride. It's a transportation service. So they cost more. They put on the monitors on her and do her heartbeat and put her on the ventilator and take her to the hospital, that kind of stuff. They charge money, so we've got all them too. So, it's just ridiculous. I will get them paid and I will give up things that I love. I never wanted to get rid of my Dimebag Darrell guitar. It is a BC Rich Blackbird that I bought. I was going to meet Dimebag, my favorite guitarist in the world. Him and Zach Wild, my favorite guitarists. My buddy says he can get me backstage at this show. We went there. I bought a brand new guitar for $230. It was a cheap guitar. It was a BC Rich, NJ series, not the USA. And the USAs are much more expensive. The NJ series is made in China and it's cheaper guitar. But I just needed something for their signature on it to hang on my wall. Well, I got all their signatures and, Phil Ensemble, Dimebag Darrell, Vinnie Paul. What's the fourth one? I forget. I'm sorry. But anyways, I got all four of their signatures and I've had it. And I've got a video of them signing it too that I can give away with this guitar. And then I have Dimebag's pick he threw out in the crowd and I caught the pick. So I have that to go with it. I mean, great night, guys. Great night. But that was way back when.
Hang on.
Just put me back where you started me.
Yeah, you were talking so long that my thing's refreshing.
I'm sorry.
And I can't get caught up.
That's okay. So, yes, I can do these. I mean, why would I, as a person, expect you guys to help me pay her bills? I don't. I am giving up for myself to try everything I can. I mean, if I have to sell my car, I'll sell my car because this is Tracy, the mother of my children. This is worth much more than any object I have. Of course, I'd like to try and do it without getting rid of my car. That was something I built with my son for 10, 15 years, and it's there. I'm leaving that to him when I die. That goes to Richie. So, I don't know. It's just, I will do what I can to come up with this money. Don't worry about it.
So we got Jem Louise for $2. She says, Oscar says, give Tracy a kiss from me, please.
Oh, that's from the England, UK. This is the kid that
has the arrow named after him.
Yes, we have an arrow named after him. I think he's 6 years old. Sweetheart of a kid. His mother's just adorable and sweet. Sends us all kinds of messages. And, she's just a great family. And little Oscar is just, he's awesome. Who's here? Who's this? Oh, I see a welding helmet. That looks like Stephen Conroe. There he is. Pull up a chair over there, buddy.
Alrighty, so we got I Hate Stupid People for $10. She said, please don't cut the mullet. It's your signature look and you rock it.
This is true, but I'll do what I have to. And I think that would raise some money. If I can get enough money to help pay these bills, that would be a video and a half of getting me a haircut down to here, you know what I'm saying? Right about there. So I have nothing but a buzz cut, you know, just nothing. And start like that. I wouldn't go that short. How you doing, Steven?
Good, how are you, bud?
I'm doing good.
So we got Stoney's.
Josh just told him where the beer was. Do you see how fast he jumped?
So we got Stoney's for $2. He says, it is Josh's girlfriend fun, love from Holland. Well, I appreciate it, guys.
I didn't understand that. What?
He said, it is Josh's girlfriend's fun. So basically, here's for Josh's girlfriend's
Oh,
fun.
okay.
Love from Holland.
But do you need money to find a girl? Is this
No.
what?
Not at all. Need
He
time.
got so mad at me because I think the last video or the video before when we put that little urn in the front yard as a water feature, I asked him, put him on the spot, are you single, Josh? And he's like, something like that. And, you know, he got so mad at me afterwards. Well, you saw he was in a bad mood anyways that day. But, yeah, he wants to be left alone about the girlfriends. Girls, they come by. But, you know, he's a hardworking man. He's got a great job, good car. Here I am selling you again.
When the right one comes along, you guys will all know.
You're still single, though, right?
Yep.
Wait, he is single? I'm too scared to ask. He bit my head off last time.
So we got Ryan Spangenberg for $2. He said, cheers, fellas. So cheers.
Oh, here we go. Cheers to you, Ryan. Thank you. Appreciate it, buddy.
Alrighty.
Okay,
we got Rob Schilling for $10. Said $20K if Rich cuts his hair. Let's bid donate to Locks of Love.
You know what? That's a good charity. If we can raise $20K, I would cut my hair on camera for you guys, video it all, everything, and have some celebrities here, YouTube celebrities. We'll have a bunch of people. We'll get Matt's Mom's Fish here, Steven
He's
from
no
SC
celebrity.
Aquatic.
What about Shaq? You get in there? He wants you to cut it.
You know what? I can call him right now and ask. Let me ask Shaq real quick. Okay, let me go here. Okay, this here. This is where he called me at. Okay, let me hit reply. No, I'm kidding. He never gave me his phone number. I wish I had it like that.
So we got...
Oh, no. We can get Haley from Oddball Aquatics up here. We can get...
You said celebrities.
Oh, come on. These are YouTube personalities.
We're talking. We'll have...
Greg Whitstock will show up for that.
He will...
We'll let him cut the clippers.
He will be the one with the clippers being, yes. I love my job.
Yes.
Alrighty, so we got Tiffany Bromlett for $10. Why do we cycle a tank for a month? I just got beneficial bacteria to add to the tank. Can I add fish sooner or still wait? I have a 30-gallon tank. What is great for it? I'll go ahead and take it.
You know the whole cycle.
So
you've listened to me over the years.
So basically, why we always tell you to wait a month. Yes, you can add beneficial bacteria, which will help your filters, but your filters do not fully seed, meaning the whole nitrogen cycle. So you will not have the 3 stages of beneficial bacteria built up in your
2 stages
in your filter. Ammonia,
no,
nitrates,
that's the products that your 2 stages of bacteria have to eat.
Well, I'm saying there's actually 3. If you want to get into the chemical side,
you didn't say chemical. You said
5,
the 3 stages of nitrifying bacteria. There's only 2.
Everything gets turned into ammonia, ammonia into nitrites, nitrites into nitrates.
Nothing gets turned into ammonia. When your fish pee, that's ammonia.
I'm done here.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I'm done.
Your fish will eat and then they will pee. That's straight ammonia. They cannot live in their own ammonia. So there has to be beneficial bacteria. I forget the name of them.
I'm not saying anything.
Come on.
Nope.
Anaerobic bacteria.
That's not a part of technically it's aerobic. Anaerobic
Okay,
is a different
aerobic.
cycle.
Listen to me. The bacteria eats the ammonia, lives on the ammonia, and then they grow. Okay? Now you need these bacteria to grow to the amount of ammonia your fish put out. So if you've got 2 fish and it puts out very little, you'll grow very little bacteria, but they will eat the ammonia and turn it into nitrites. Now you need a different type of bacteria that's going to eat the nitrites and turn it into nitrates, which is less harmful, and this is why you do water changes, is to get rid of the nitrates. So 2 different types of bacteria has to live in your filter, your gravel, on your walls, on your plants, all that. It's everywhere. And you add bacteria, beneficial bacteria to start, let's say that's like a egg sac for brine shrimp. It ain't doing nothing. It has to grow in your tank and become beneficial bacteria. It takes a month for this whole cycle to work. And if you do it right, I like fishless cycles. You add a jar of ammonia every day based on the amount of fish you want to put in there. Say you want 10 fish and they're going to get this big. So, each one does 2 milliliters of P, which is ammonia. And you do 10 times 2, that's 20 milliliters of ammonia. You pour in there every day. And then you test it. When your ammonia starts spiking, it will keep going up and up and up. When it spikes and it won't go up no more, that means the bacteria are now growing and multiplying and growing, and then you'll see your ammonia come down. Then you're going to see a spike in nitrites, which means you have to have an abundance of nitrites for the other bacteria to grow and eat it. When that spike comes down, because you've been testing every other day, when that spike comes down, you're going to see nothing. Your ammonia will be 0, your nitrite will be 0, and your nitrates will be probably 40, 50, 60, 80, depending on how much you've been putting in. And then you change water to get rid of the nitrates. You take out half a tank, if you're at 40 parts per million nitrates, and you take out half the tank and fill it back up with water, you're now at 20 parts per million nitrates. I like to keep mine 20 and under. It's a healthier fish that way. People go up to 40. Some people have gone up to 80 and said their fish have lived fine. I don't like pushing it that much. I keep mine 20 and under, and I have a pass-through system for that. Water comes in, water drains out, and it just passes through. So I have a doser for dechlor or prime is what I use, and that's how that works. But, people talk to me about, oh, my neighbor changes his water once every 2 weeks. But that don't help you. He has different fish. He has bigger fish. He has smaller fish. How is you going to do your water change the same as him? You have to test your water every other day, wait till it gets up to 40 parts per million of nitrate, and then do a half tank water change, and then test every day until it gets back up to 40. If that took you 1 week or 2 months, that's your new schedule. If it was 1 week, you have to change your water 50% every week. If it took 2 months, you do 50% every 2 months until you add more fish. Then you have to test it. That's how the cycle works. And I'm sorry for stepping in on Josh, but
the other thing to add to that, plants. As I'm looking at this green screen.
Yes, if you can do plants in there, plants love the nitrates in the water. I love to run my water that's overflowing out through a whole long line, like a trough of plants, and then back to our tank. Because, and do you ever see a farmer's pond where you go bass fishing? Do you ever see them out there changing their water? No. Them fish are living just fine, and these big bass are eating these, what do you call it, bluegills and crappie. They're just tearing them up and eating them. They're producing this waste, but the plants are eating it out of the water. The bacteria is on the rocks, on the walls of the pond, all that. That's changing from ammonia to nitrites to nitrites to nitrates, and the plants are eating the nitrates. No water changes.
All right, we got a super chat from Adele. I had to get that out of the way.
Okay. I thought you choked up for a minute or something.
Wait, you're going away from it.
Oh, I'll go right there.
Yep. Adele says, disclaimer, I am not responsible for getting Big Rich drunk tonight.
Yes, you are.
He chose the word. Ha ha. Good news deserves celebration. Hashtag bring Tracy home. That was from
Yes. Who?
Adele.
Adele said this?
Adele said that.
That's like 4 guys. I have to refill my cup. So I made a picture for tonight because I knew I was drinking with you guys, and you guys don't play around. So
You didn't even know I was coming up tonight.
No, I thought you were coming tomorrow.
I told Josh I want to hang out tonight, relax, and then we'll get started first thing in the morning.
I got someone I want you to meet. Do you got a girlfriend?
No.
Good man. I have this girl Marilyn coming over. She has been my sister ever since I protected her a long time ago. She was dating the guy that was living in my basement, and it was our first night with him. She come to the house, and he got drunk and was belligerent and all this, and she's down there screaming, and I go down there to see what the heck's going on. Well, she's down there, she's like, this drunk guy ain't having, oh my God, who's this huge guy coming down? I'm going to be raped. That was her thoughts. I come down there, I'm like, dude, stop. You can't treat a woman like that. And I protected her. And, ended up, the neighbors called the police came. She said, no, everything's fine, blah, blah, blah. I took her upstairs, I made sure she was safe. And ever since then, she calls herself my sister. And she comes over and helps out. She's willing to help with Tracy, too. She comes over, once a month or so and hangs out for a while. She's coming over tonight.
Cool.
She's a sweetheart, and you will like her.
Is Matt coming tomorrow?
I don't know. Matt has told us, I don't know how many weekends he's coming, and didn't show up.
Has he done any videos lately?
No.
He's like dropped off the face of the planet lately.
Well, he's got himself a new love interest. So, okay, let me take over where's Josh going to?
He had to go do something in the fish room.
Okay.
He said the adult one was the last one we had to read, but we
Okay.
keep going.
Vinny's Aquatics gave $4.99. Says, wish I could do more. Stay strong, brothers. Vinny, everything you give is just appreciated. Don't worry about it. If it's 2 cents, it helps. Thank you so much. Don't worry. Don't feel bad because you're saying, I wish I could do more. That tells me you're feeling bad. Dude, that's amazing. $5 is amazing. To somebody you don't even know, to help out their cause. It's not your cause, That's just amazing. Thank you. That's a sweetheart of a person. Appreciate that. Oh, you got one from Chevy Fish. Says, hi, Steven at SC Aquatics. You are awesome for how much you help out there.
Thank you so much. It's very nice.
I've said that before, but you've never said thank you to me. I'm like, Steven, you rock. Yeah, I know, Rich.
I was probably the first person to wish you a happy Father's Day.
Yes, this is true. Where is my GPS cup, Rich? Oh, Will Star knows about it. I made a new cup. See, Tracy, I have her phone, and I lose my cup all the time. When we're out working, I'll set it down. We're building this. We're doing that. We'll walk around to the front. We're doing this now. We're taking off the overhang of the house. I'm like, where's my cup? I have to go walking for 20 minutes to find my cup. So what I did was I took my cup and I put Tracy's phone on the side and I put tape on it here and on the bottom. Now I can look on my Life 360 and I can track down where my cup is. It tells me whether it's on the back porch, in the pool room, the fish room, or the house, or in front of the house. I can then narrow down my search. That's my GPS cup. I do have it, Will. Are you coming by tomorrow, Will? Okay. Joseph Gilbert gave a super chat of $9.99. Very nice. I put a link to your video in one of my videos. I don't have many viewers yet, but doing what I can to help. Oh, thank you. I would love to make it up there before I go to Army. Joseph Gilbert, also Adele. Here's to you, Adele. That's one. There you go. Oh, we're getting lit tonight. Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate it, buddy. That just jumped off.
Do you feel like getting the guitar out later?
Sure. I had it out yesterday. Jem Louis says $1.99. Oscar is $7 now. Okay. And he asked, how's the Arowana? Arowana is doing great. Actually, one of the big Arowanas and him got into a little spiff, and he's missing one scale on one side where the other Arowana, hit him real quick. And I thought I had to, separate them. But now they're busted buds and they swim around together. I don't know if it's a boy-girl you know, the boy pulled her hair type thing. I don't know. All I know is they had a spat at first, and now they're fine. And you can see the spot where the one scale is missing. And they swim together all the time now. So your fish is living the best life it can live. Good job, Oscar. All right. Mysticism says the largest donation gets to cut the hair. Well, I'm going to have to tell Greg Woodstock about that because he would pay anything to cut my hair. Okay. Oh my God. Small Fry Aquatics. Really? He says, this is like, you got to understand. Me and you, we're in the business. We know these things. There's a lot of people watching that don't know the cycle. And this lady asked a simple question. She's a newbie and she needs to know. So I have to explain it like that. Me and you, we know different. But he goes, this is like listening to Barney Fife explain how a bill becomes a law. You know what? I'm just going to say one thing to you. Adele. Consume, brother.
Krista says she will be here tomorrow.
Who?
Krista?
No, I don't see it. Where are you looking?
Right under your chat that you just read.
Oh, Krista McMichael. She's a sweetheart. Hey, Big Rich and Josh, I am so happy to hear about Tracy. My boyfriend and I will probably stop by tomorrow to help and see the second family. I miss and love you guys. I believe I can fly. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. She reminded me. Krista McMichael's about 4'2". She's a tiny, tiny little girl. And we were always messing with her because we drink with her and stuff. We'd make fun of her a little bit. She'd make fun of me. I'd make fun of her. It was how we get along. She's just an awesome person. She comes out and helps out all the time. She'll take care of the food, or the drinks and stuff for people while we're here working. And I saw this video once of this. The correct vernacular for midget is now small people. Little person?
Little person?
This little person was on a stage at a stripper club. And she ran across the stage. She must have been about 3 foot. Ran across the stage and jumped off. And then it goes slow. And it says, I believe I can fly. I believe I can cry. I sent that to Krista and said, I didn't know you were a stripper, Krista. Oh, it was so funny, and she got me back for that, but it was funny. But that's what she means by I believe I can fly. Oh, okay. Let me see some more. Okay, Aquarium says yes. I'm a big supporter of the fishless cycle. Well, other than that, all you're doing is putting fish into stress, and then some people are like, oh, I'll just buy 10 goldfish and let it cycle that way. Well, if you're going to take them 10 goldfish. Maybe, do they not deserve to live a good life? Do they not deserve to stay alive? A lot of them died during this cycle. Here's the point. You take them 10 goldfish and you do the cycle through it, put these fish through stress, and then some of them die, and then you take them out and you put in 3 big Oscars. Well, these 3 big Oscars pee a whole lot more. Now they're going to have to go through what's called a mini cycle. And they're in stress. So it's just better to do the fishless cycle. We don't feed no life here. We don't kill no fish. We don't feed no fish. We believe in, fish lives matter.
Connor's got a good question right there. Connor says, I have a super rare fish called platinum fantail tinfoil barbs.
Okay.
They eat like pigs, and their high activity scared my Arowana into jumping out of the tank. How do I calm these fatties down?
Okay, let me explain this. I have an Arowana in a pool. That thing never jumps. It did jump once to get up to a plant that was overhanging. It must have saw a beetle, ladybug, something, but it jumped up and it bit off half of the leaf. But he has never jumped out. Here's the thing. I've had Arowanas in 55-gallon tanks, 8 inches. They grow bigger. We always have to put bricks on the lids because they jump. Why do they jump? Because the tanks are too small. So you put an Arowana in a bigger tank, they stop jumping for a while. Next thing you know, they're in a 150-gallon tank. 3 months later, they start jumping again. They grew to 12 inches. if you take that fish and put him in a bigger tank, it will stop him from jumping. The rivers swell, and when the rivers swell, they get left in pockets. They learn to jump and go across the land and get over to a different river pocket when that little pocket of water starts drying up. So it's in their genes to jump if they're feeling threatened and too small. So you have them in a smaller tank, which you think is big enough for them, I get that, but then something else happens, and then they jump because they're freaked out. Because it's too small. They wouldn't jump it. If it was such a huge tank, they would just swim over here. So that's how it works. And I'm sorry to say that, but this is how it works. This is why people put arowanas in pools and they don't jump out. I was scared to death to put Arowana in my big pool. He's been in there for 4 months. He's never jumped out. And, I've got motion sensors set up to alarm me when this happens because I thought it was going to happen. It hasn't happened. I'm willing to put more Arowanas into my pool now. And not to mention the growth spurt. When you put them in a bigger tank, they have a growth spurt really quick. Like the first 3 months, they grow just immensely. So, Josh looks tired. Is he okay? No, we've been pushing ourselves 24/7 for the last 3 months. It's been crazy. Just today, we took off the overhang of the house because we have the roofers coming Monday, and we couldn't even take off all the overhang. We had to cut the overhang off to a little 1 foot piece of roof.
I pulled it up. I'm like, where's their roof at?
Yeah, it's all gone.
It's gone.
We got a 1 foot piece of roof hanging there, and the other 3 foot is gone. And then we took out all the rafters in between up until we left one every 6 foot. So that Sunday, because it's supposed to rain Saturday, Sunday we can go and rip down the rest, and then Monday when the roofers are here, they can start and just put the whole new roof on. So, we just been, not to mention, plus the pond in the back we've been working on. We've been working on the deck in the backyard. We've been running the rescue, going on rescues, feeding the fish, taking care of the house, doing laundry, I found time to take a shower.
I appreciate that.
Let me see what else here. We got, Their World Aquatics. Our buddy Joe says, great video on breaking of the 600 gallon and the shout out of my channel. Oh, no problem, Joe. Appreciate it, buddy. You're a great help to us, and once you get your tanks up and running, you're going to be much more of a help. We can take in a lot more saltwater fish, and we won't have to go through the trouble we went through before where we had to set it up with a public aquarium that they're willing to take it before this person brings it or before we go and pick it up. So it'll be easier. You can hold it until we can find it a home, or if you want to keep it, you keep it there with your saltwater tanks. Let me see here. Variety Game Cats gave it super chat of $10. Says, preach it, bud. So tired of them listing time that doesn't work for everyone. I do once every 5 days just to be safe because I have rainbow fish. Okay. Unless heavily planted, you still need water changes. Yes. Yes. Very, very true. And thank you, Variety Games. I appreciate it.
I think that says Adele.
Just set it down. Hope you guys are enjoying drinking with OFR tonight. From now on, you'll be able to drink with Josh. I won't be able to drink anymore because I've got much more responsibilities. Oh, and one thing I want to say about that. We drink tonight. You drink on a Friday night, and you think you're doing the responsible thing. You Uber home. But then first thing in the morning, you get a ride to your car and you drive your car home. Ask any police officer. If you drive the day after drinking, you will fail a breathalyzer. Now, you may not feel drunk, but the alcohol is still in your system and it's sweating out your pores. You actually smell, and your breath is sour from your esophagus soaking up the liquid, the alcohol. You will fail the breathalyzer the next day. So I never drive the night of drinking or the day after. This is why I have to quit drinking, because I'm going to have to go to appointments for Tracy. I'm going to have to go to her doctors. I'm going to have to go, get her prescriptions. I'm going to have to be there for her. I can't be hungover and not feel like doing nothing. So when I get this started, I'm just quitting drinking completely until I've got her back with us and she can say hi to you guys. Where's Josh? He reads all my super chats. Let me see. Barbecue fundraiser. Okay. Big Rich getting UT. What does that mean?
Lit. You're getting
Is that what
lit.
it says?
Yeah, L-I-T.
Oh, okay. See, I can't see. It says UT. It's L-I-T. Thank you, Adele. No, gee. There you go. Consume, guys. So, yeah, the next day you don't feel drunk. You just feel hungover. But that alcohol is in your system, and you actually... Like, if you drink a fifth of vodka and guzzle it down, you can drive for a half hour, and it ain't going to show. You can be messed up, but your system isn't going to blow on a breathalyzer. But the next day, you can be sober and hungover, and you will blow twice the amount of alcohol because it's in your system. That's how they're reading it. You know what I'm saying? They're not testing how drunk you are. They're reading the amount of alcohol in your system. Let me see. I'm trying to read all these. I give up drinking many, many years ago. Jane Shell says that. Well, it's it works for some people, don't work for others. Just like, smoking weed. A lot of people smoke weed. I can't stand it. I was 18 and I was getting high and I ate everything in sight and then I'd go to sleep. I gained weight so fast. It just wasn't worth it to me. I don't get high. I just don't like it. Now, there's other people that swear by it. It's not for me. So, drinking may not be for you, and that's cool. I am not going to shame you. I am not going to... I actually commend you. You found what works and don't work for you, and you're standing by it, your convictions. I love that. You are a true human being, a person of good stature that knows what you want and don't want, So, that's great. Catherine Kennedy says, puts out a $9.99 super chat, says, I love you guys. You do wonderful things for our hobby. How do we get some of the baby koi without driving to Ohio? I am so sorry, and I appreciate the $10, but we're not set up for shipping. We don't ship. We haven't shipped. And, we give out all the fish that we get. We never charge for them, but people have to come pick them up, or I can drop them off if I'm going that way on a rescue or something. The baby koi, let me give you an update on that. There were zillions of them. Now there's probably maybe thousands. The bigger ones are eating the smaller ones, and I've been doing water changes on all 5 different tanks and the pool and feeding them every day. The numbers are thinning, but they're getting bigger. I mean, they're about a ½ inch long now. They're getting big. Someone told me to take out the big ones because they're not good, and then I can give them away, and then the smaller ones with the more dominant good colors and all that can grow. I don't know. I've never had baby koi before, John Rocks 24 says, how long have you been growing your hair out? Well, 10 years ago, I had brain surgery, and they cut it all off. So this has been 10 years now. So, another 10 years from now, if I get it cut off, I'll have it back. Maybe just a little grayer. Will Star says, Rich, what time you guys need me there? Everyone's showing up at noon, Will Star. Come on over, buddy. We'll if enough people show up, we'll separate into 2 teams. Josh will take 10 people. I'll take 10 people. One will work on getting the stands out of the pool room. One will work on getting the tanks into the pool room. And then, before everybody leaves, hopefully we can get the canopy on the back deck around to the side. If we can do that, whoever wants to stay can stay. I'll buy the beer. I'm happy. Elizabeth Chill Code 6 says, $2 super chat. Can you do a jam session before you get even more busy?
Maybe tonight.
Maybe. Watch Facebook, Ohio Fish Rescue 501c3. Not the page. The page is just there to show our antics and what we do. but I interact with people on the Ohio Fish Rescue 501c3. And if Steven can talk me into it, we might get on the guitar.
Well, I got to tell you real quick. So Papa Shrimp, so my buddy that's coming from Flip Aquatics, he's actually here now. He's a drummer.
Oh, nice.
So maybe you guys can get something going later.
Okay. Sounds like a fun time. Okay, now let me see. We've got Mysticism. Your $20 super chat says, my 7-year-old wants a fish tank for his birthday. Do we start small or just go big? Well, here's the problem. I started small. Pretty much everybody starts small. You get a 10-gallon free from your neighbor, whatever. It's harder to keep fish alive in a small tank than it is in a large tank. Why? Because parameters change so quickly. You start a 10-gallon tank out and you've got, 4 or 5 fish in there. All of a sudden, overnight, the ammonia level goes way high. You don't know. You're not checking daily. All you know is, 3 days later, your fish are acting, all weird. You test the water. The ammonia's been high for 3 days. Now it's kind of too late. The nitrites are high and they're getting nitrite poisoning. Their blood is turning brown. They can't, deliver oxygen to their brain. They're basically suffocating. And no amount of medicine you put in will fix that. So I would say start as big as you can get. Period. The bigger the better, because by the time you see your fish starting to do things, it's not on to the next level. So the smaller the tank, the faster things change. But thank you for the $20 super chat. I appreciate that. CJ says, bring Tracy home. Is your mom here, CJ? I love her to death. I passed by this shawl prayer that she knitted for Tracy, and it almost brings me to tears every single day. The fact that CJ's mom is in a wheelchair, and she knitted this thing, and she brought it up. She showed up at the hospital where I was with her caregiver, her wheelchair, everything, and she gave this to Tracy. She said every stitch was made with a prayer. Every thing on here, there's a cross over here, there's an angel over here. Tracy should wear this so that she can feel surrounded in God's hands. It's a healing shawl. I mean, it's just amazing. And this poor lady is in a wheelchair herself. She did this for Tracy. I used to take it up there every day. Actually, I left it for the first month where I put it on her every day when I was there. But now that I'm not allowed to see her, it's here at home on our table. And I pass by this. I can never get past the fact that was just amazing that this person would do this for somebody she didn't know. CJ and my son are friends. I've never met his mother before. She's such a nice lady. I mean, just amazing. So I better stop before I start tearing up. All right. Wow, that jumped ahead a lot. Okay, there it is. Maverick Falcon, $10 super chat says, hey, Big Rich, how's the tea and how's Tracy? Okay, I got to tell you about this. This guy, Maverick, he sent me a gift. Now, I don't need gifts. People are sending gifts for Tracy. He sent me a gift. And in this letter, it says, this is for you, Big Rich, enjoy. And I was just like I was like, wow, that's amazing. And it's 2 different types of teas. And he sent me a letter saying, don't put, cream and sugar in it. Taste the tea itself. And I tasted the one, I think it was jasmine. Oh my God, it's amazing. Such a calming effect. So good. I haven't tried the oolong. I don't even know the name of it. I haven't tried that yet because I get very little time to myself. So at nighttime, I come in, I do what I got to do, and I go to bed. Well, last night, Josh was like, Dad, you were supposed to taste the tea. And he made me a cup. So I tasted it, and it was just amazing. I'm a Lipton, iced tea guy. So I'm used to Lipton tea. This was nothing like it. This was full body, full flavor tea. And, I went straight to sleep after I drank it. I'm sorry. I don't know if I was tired, if it was the amazing tea. But thank you so much, Maverick. You're awesome, buddy. And, he helps out on Patreon. Oh, speaking of Patreon, I got these new pens, OFR pens, made up, and and nobody has. Well, one person has them now. Dave Demeter helped us out, and one other person helped us out, and I gave them pens. Told them you're the first people that got them. Well, here's what I decided to do. Everybody on Facebook wants a pen. I'd love to help out everybody. I even thought about send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, and then I'll give you a pen and send it back to you. But here's what I decided to do. All my Patreon followers, everybody that you know, you put $1 to $100 a month into this Patreon account, who deserves pens more than these guys? They're the first ones to get pens. So if you're on my Patreon account, send me your address. I will pay for shipping. I will take care of it. I will send you this pen as a gift from me to you. Thank you so much for all your help on the Patreon. The Patreon's amazing.
And they're nice pens. They really are.
Really?
You had them last time. Yeah, they're not like the...
Oh, they got rubber here,
right.
And they feel like that's it, and they stay. And then, you know, it says Ohio Fish Rescue in the blue background. I like that. And let's see how they write. Oh, yeah, they write on my sweaty hand. Look at that. Okay, they're very nice pens, too. On top of it, I have tried and tested it. Oh, Maverick again with another $10 says, hey, Big Rich. Oh, how's the tea? Oh, is that just a double?
I don't know if it doubled or if he paid twice.
Well, if you paid twice, thank you, Maverick. You're the man, brother. And not, you know, thank you still. I appreciate it. Adele put out the group. You know, thank you, Adele. That's 2 consumptions. Did Josh get mad at me for taking over that thing? Or is he actually out there doing stuff?
I think he said he had to do something in the fish room.
Okay, well, tell him to hurry back. Text him.
I think we probably need to end this.
What time is it?
Shenanigans hour.
No shenanigans. This is good time with my people.
8:30.
Okay, so we went an hour and a half. Okay. Let me finish reading this. Papa Shrimps there. Jack and Dan. This is the guy that started to get Tracy home. So yes, now I got to say something to him. We'll help as much as we can. Can't stay too late. I've got a date. Dan's got a date. I'm single now, you know, he says. You know, I play drums too. Does he? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Okay. So we can jam tomorrow if you want. Awesome. Depending on how hungover I am tomorrow, Dan. But love you the same. Okay, we got Ryan Spangenberg for $1 super chat. Thank you very much, buddy. He didn't even say nothing. He here's a buck.
Support.
Showing support. Thank you, buddy. Let me see here. Oh, did it jump ahead again? Did we get to Jason Wells?
No.
Okay,
No,
there it is. Okay, so it did jump ahead. Oh, wait a minute. How do you spell that? Quingali says, hey, Rich, what's up with the tank raffle? It's still there, buddy. On the 15th or the 13th, whatever it's marked, is when we'll pick a winner. We're only up to $3,000 right now. Now, here's the thing. We said we'd pay for shipping and fly me and Josh there. Shipping's going to be $3,000, $4,000, and then our flights are going to be, you know, $500 to $1,000 round trip for both me and Josh. We said we'd show up and help. So as long as we reach 5,000, we don't need to make nothing off of it. Somebody gets this tank for $25 and gets it delivered to their house, and me and Josh show up and help you set it up. We're only at $3,000. So at this point, it's going to be money out of my pocket to fulfill my word, because I will never break my word, ever.
Can you strap the tank to the roof of your van? And just skip the airline?
Do you know what this Chrysler has done for me? You're putting this death sentence on this van. This poor van. Okay, Jason Webb says $2. The super chat says, how often do electric blue Acara breed? That I can't answer. I'm not a specialist in small fish, let alone cichlids. Do you know of this?
I don't know specifics on the cars.
Okay.
I would assume they can go, once they're mature, I would say that they can just...
Twice a year? Like most other fish?
I would say probably more than that.
More than that? Okay. Well, you know, my cichlids breed all the time and fills up our pool with baby cichlids. So I can't say. I'm sorry, buddy. I wish I could answer you, but I'm not a specialist in small fish. You want to know about a red tail, a Niger cat, a pacu, an arowana, an iridescent shark? I'm your man.
Koi.
What?
You know about koi and them spawning?
And koi, yep. Oh, definitely know about them spawning. That was rough. Okay, let me see some more here. Quingali says, not going to talk about the raffle tonight. I just answered you, buddy. I'm sorry.
We're behind.
We're way behind. Josh is not here doing the messages for me. Did he get mad because I answered that? I hope not. Okay. Maverick, again, another $2. Says, sad Arowana. Her... What does that say?
Tear noses.
Tear noses? I'm sorry, buddy. I don't understand what you're saying there. But thank you for the $2. I appreciate it. Okay. Oh, we're caught up. We're down to the bottom now. Okay. Okay, here we go. See, we got followers that know these things. Many species of cichlids breed every 4 to 5 weeks, possibly faster, depending on how long it takes me to find a fry. So if you remove the fry, they automatically start going to breed again? Okay, that makes sense. I never remove the fry. There's just fry that goes through our overflow and goes into the pool, and now we see just thousands of different cichlids in our pool. Okay, so let me see. You got something else we should hit on tonight? Are you ready to get to work?
Ready to get to work.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call this. It's been an hour and 45 minutes or so. Thank you all for showing up. I love you guys. You're my fish family. You always have my back. I try not asking for much, but you guys are always there for me. I thank you so much. If you guys got any other ideas how I can, give back, let me know. And I will do the best I can. I can't even read that.
Ariel?
Airy space L. Okay, Ariel. All right. $5 super chat says, sorry I'm late. I missed the Tracy update. I'll watch this when this is over. Yes, you really need to, because there's some really good news about Tracy. And I don't want to spoil it for you, but spoilers, she's coming home. Maverick again says, sad Arowana Patreon tier. Oh, okay. So the tiers in Patreon, he says the Arowana tier is sad. Okay. Well, thank you, buddy. But you don't always have to do a super chat. You can throw it out there. I try and read things. Like Jack and Dan just said, Vinny's Aquatics. Let me see. Adele Parkinson, consume, says, stay fishy, my friends. Douglas Carledge says, love you, Big Rich. Love you, too. Ross Dingle says, thanks, Big Rich. Harry Peanut says, consume. I'll do it.
Papa Shrimp says, knock, knock. He's sitting outside.
Come on in, Papa Shrimp. Just walk through the front door. We're back here. You'll hear us. Ryan Spangenberg, $1 super chat. Just nothing. Thank you. I appreciate it. He didn't even want nothing read. That's awesome. Just supporting the group. All right. Awesome. Good night, guys. Benjamin D says, get a video of you jamming with some Zach Wild licks. Oh, I got a couple I can do. Maverick says, I meant to say that you never mentioned that. Oh, I'm sorry, Maverick. I'm sorry, buddy. All right. We're out of here, guys. Thank you for hanging with us. I hope you had fun drinking with us on a Friday night. I always have fun with you guys.
Thanks for all the super chat, guys. Much appreciated.
Yes. Now, here's my problem. How do I close this down?
Uh-oh, guys.
We don't know how to end it.